All right, so you have taken some time and you have explored the various categories for customizing your theme. Let's go ahead and go back. And what we'll do is now in the widgets, you'll see different widgets which are available, which you could place in the footer 1 or the footer 2, which is similar what we were looking at in the customize area with the footer. Okay, so if we go back to the customize area, and if we find widgets, footer 1, this is how what you could do is right now there's text about this website. Okay, this is where you could change that text, where you could add media, whatever. Okay, or you can add a widget to this area, and it basically is all you do is select them. Okay, now we can do that here, or we can go back and we can go into our widgets and do it in this area also. So it's sort of a drag and drop sort of thing. Menus. In the menu area, whenever you add a page, which we'll talk about later, your pages show up over here. You can select your pages, add them to the menu. They show up over here. You can change the order. You can indent, so you get drop downs, and then you could get sub menus also. All right, so you can just move these around. So creating a menu is very, very easy. You can change their links. All right, when you're done, you can save your menu. You should also note that there are options as far as the menu settings of automatically adding the pages, so you don't have to come here to do it. There's also the display location. You can explore these different settings, and I encourage you to do so. That's one of the best ways to learn WordPress, is just click on buttons and view the changes. Okay, so you can just go update your page and view the different changes. All right. Matter of fact, what's usually a really good idea is I would open another browser and then go ahead. So let's go Rush dot and in another browser, go ahead and view your site. That way you're not going to have WordPress sort of get in the way as far as the what's really happening visually. Okay, so I'll leave that up to you, but I tend to open another browser and view my changes. All right, okay, so you can also with your menus change their names. Right now we are looking at the primary menu, but there is also a social links default menu, so we can select. And of course it wants to leave the site. That's okay, because I didn't save the changes when I move things around, that's all. All right, so now here are the social media. Okay. And then you can also manage locations, which is kind of similar to what was on the bottom of our of the previous page. Okay, so if I go back to primary, select, it's what's happening down here as far as the menu settings. Okay, very similar to manage locations. And then whenever you make any changes, go ahead and save those changes. All right. Background. This is where you would set an overall background image. Okay, so if you want a big background image, and let's exit. Oh, I should, let's see if it's down here, additional CSS. I forgot to go down to this one. So when you want to modify your theme, you'll go to additional CSS, okay, and you will just write your CSS code here, and that will override the theme. So this is one of those cases where you probably want to right-click, inspect, and this way you'll be able to target areas, and you will be able to see those their IDs and their classes and how they're being selected, okay? And you'll be able to target those individual areas and restyle them with your own CSS, okay? Takes a little bit of time to get used to, but this is the best way to go in and take control of the theme, is just figure out how to target the different areas, then write your own custom CSS. All right, so I'm going to exit out of this. We'll go back, and we will look at the theme editor. Now the theme editor, they're going to warn you more than once that this is all of the original code, and they don't want you to mess with it. And then they talk about making a child theme, and to make a child theme you need FTP access to your server, because you need to create some original files that go in and sort of reroute the files that WordPress is using. Okay, so we'll get into that at a later time. So right now, just click I understand, and you are going to see the CSS style sheet. And this actually is really, really helpful, because now you can get in, and it's probably way down to the bottom down here, but you can get in and find all of the media queries. So if you get the media queries, like one right here, and you can copy these and then paste them into your CSS and then make your changes on the different media queries also, okay? And then you will see the different theme functions, print style CSS, basically the building blocks for the CSS and the PHP pages, which make up the structure for your theme. So there's really nothing in here that you need to mess with right now, other than know that you can get at the original CSS, and you can copy the CSS and paste it into your customization area and overwrite the core level or the base level CSS. Okay, so when you're done here, you can just update the file. Hopefully you have not changed anything, but I'm just going to go ahead and update. And then now let's take a look at the plugins. This is where there's a whole bunch of power in WordPress. This is all that programming that you just no longer have to deal with. All you have to do is add plugins for different features that you're looking for. Maybe it's sliders, maybe a gallery, maybe a calendar, maybe a contact form, whatever. All you have to do is click Add New, and then start searching. So you can just do a search. So that's, so you're looking for a form. Then you just type in contact form, and various contact forms will show up. You can look at featured, popular, recommended, favorites. Okay. Once you find one, just click install, and let's go back to our plugins. And what will happen is that plugin will be available in the list. Often it's already activated, but you can activate and deactivate plugins, and you can delete them, and this is where you would go about updating them. So as an example, this is letting us know there's a new version of limit login attempts, and you may want to update this. Okay, that's what's happening here. It's letting us know that an update is available.